today I'd like to take a casual peek into the Tron Legacy Quorra action figure by Spin Master. This figure set is part of Series 2 of the 4-inch scale Tron Legacy line of action figures and was released at the end of 2010. I found this figure set at a Target. It was on sale, I believe, for $8. Taking a look at the figure here in the package, you can see Quorra here with the, I guess, the helmet on there. And she comes with a couple accessories here, a katana, identity disc, and a display base back there. And you can see a picture here of Quorra, a helmeted Quorra there. Taking a look at the back of the package here, you can see here a content list. A nice picture of Quorra, and you can tell this is a prototype figure here. They didn't paint the arms there for the skin on the shoulders. That's kind of interesting there. And here's a description of Quorra there. And other figures from Series 2. We have Sam Flynn, Clue, Rinsler, Blackguard, Jarvis, Quorra, and Castor. Interesting to note that on Series 2 they dropped Kevin Flynn and the Clue Sentry on there, and retained some of the figures from Series 1 on there. Let's go ahead and take Quorra out of the package, and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and we have Quorra out of the package, and we'll go ahead and take a look at this first. This came included. It's a wadded up piece of paper basically describing the core figure and how to use the figure in a million different languages. It's pretty, well, you can't even really see it here. It's pretty detailed and wordy, that's for sure. And like I said, in several different languages. It's the glare is just too bright and you can't really see the lettering on there, but it's there. Next up, we'll take a look at some of the accessories that come with the figure here. And take a look at Quorra here standing on a display base, and we'll take her off to the base here. And it's in the shape of an identity disc, which is kind of neat. And it has two pegs where you can place the feet of the figure on, or one of the feet on there. And it's pretty plain on the other side there. But it's got a nice light blue pattern on there. It's kind of cool. Next up, we have here the identity disc that come with most of the core figures. See some of the details there. And on the back of the figure there is already a molded in version of the identity disc there. And I think this is molded in for the vehicle sets on there. So it's this loose identity disc is not meant to go onto the back of this core figure. And Quorra also comes with a katana on there, and this is colored like a powder blue, light powder blue, but on the video it's showing up as white due to the lamps here. But it's kind of neat. It's much better than just the baton here, and she holds it quite well. On there, you can just slip it onto the hand on there, and she has a good grip on there. Kind of neat. Taking a look at the Quorra figure itself, it's actually pretty neat, and you can see that she has she's wearing a helmet on here, and it's pretty obvious as to why. Because in the movie, she has the helmet on for barely 5 minutes throughout the entire movie. And looks like Spin Master was not able to get the rights to use Olivia Wilde's likeness on the figure, so they went with the helmeted figure here. And you could see the costume pretty much resembles what she wore in the movie. It's actually kind of neat. You have some of the lighting effects that are painted on, like on the gloves here and on the lower torso and the legs. It's not painted on the chest due to the light up feature, and I'll go ahead and show you that real quick. On there, and you just push the button on the back of the figure, and it will light up the chest area, which is kind of cool. And when you place this figure in one of the vehicles, the back of the figure hooks up to the mechanism and pushes the light up feature to light up the figure when placed in a vehicle on there. There's just a couple I guess issues with this figure, and the main one is the skirt here. It looks like they used a very thick and rigid piece of plastic for the skirt when they could have used a really thin, pliable, rubber-like material instead. But because of this thick piece of plastic for the skirt area, it limits her articulation, especially if you want to put her in the Light Runner, which she was driving in the movie. And I don't believe that she can sit in the Light Runner because it's just the skirt is so thick, and you can't bend the legs to put her in a sitting pose. You might be able to put her on a light cycle. I'm not sure. I haven't tried. But definitely not in the Light Runner. And I'm thinking about, if I get a second figure, I'm thinking about seeing if I can remove this skirt and replace it with something else on there. Because you could see that the skirt comes in sections on here. And right here, curve. If I could find a thin, rubbery material, I may replace it in the future. But overall, it's a nicely designed figure. You can see here, I forgot to point out, is she wears this heel type boot on there, and surprisingly she stands well on her own with that higher heel on there, and it's actually kind of neat. I like that for sure. And going over the articulation of this figure, the head does go all the way around, and actually does go up and down slightly. It's pretty nice. The arms do go all the way around. They do go out and in, and it does rotate at the upper bicep area where the glove is at. On there, you can see the rotation here. It's kind of neat. Does bend at the elbow, and it does also rotate below the elbow on the forearm there, as well as rotate at the wrist. There is no torso or waist articulation due to the light up feature. And the legs are joined at the hip with a ball hinge socketed joint. So you could manipulate the hinge on the ball joint there to get it up, down to the back. And also rotate the ball itself, and if you get a grip on the ball, you can rotate the thigh as well. The knees do bend not too far back, and the lower leg rotates below the knee, and the foot is on a hinged swivel joint, so you can bend the foot up and down and rotate the foot all the way around. Overall, it's a nicely designed figure. It does represent Quorra quite well. Just the skirt issue is really severe, severely hampers the articulation on there. I do recommend getting this Quorra figure because it's really cool that they released this figure in Series 2 because I was really looking forward to Quorra. And if you're a fan of the movie, this is a definite must-get figure. Uh, Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next part where I actually made a slight modification to this figure by replacing the head. So we'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and I am a big fan of Tron and Tron Legacy. And when I saw Quorra in the trailers before the movie came out, I was heavily anticipating getting the figure for Quorra. And after watching the movie, I was anticipating even more. And after the holidays, they did release the Quorra figure, but a helmeted version, which was kind of disappointing because I really wanted to get at least a likeness to Olivia Wilde. And they didn't, I guess, get the rights for her likeness, so they released a figure, a helmeted figure there to get away with the issues on that. And like I said, I was kind of disappointed. So what I wanted to do is at least try to do a modification to at least find a head that looks like Quorra from the movie and replace it. And I happened to had an Agent Helix figure from the Rise of Cobra, G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra, and she has short hair and kind of similar to the Quorra figure, so I decided to go ahead and do a head swap. I'm not much into modifications. The most major stuff I tend to do is really just paint touch-ups and I guess the the head swaps. And what I did here, Agent Helix had a combination of black and white to the hair, so I painted it black. I just used some Citadel paint, Chaos Black. And I also applied a little bit, I don't think you can see it here too well, but I did apply a little bit of eyeliner because this particular figure looked a little plain on the face, and looking at pictures of Quorra on the interwebs, she does have a bit of eyeliner, so I added a little bit of paint underneath the eye there as well. And just pop off the head on here, and it actually matches quite well. The only thing is on the Quorra figure, the neck is a little bit shorter than the Agent Helix head here, and it's a little thicker around the neck, so it doesn't quite look it looks alright, but I think it's pretty neat. Like I said, the neck looks a little thick, but it's pretty passable for an unhelmeted Quorra figure. And this is my attempt at a modification, and a very simple modification, of course, but this one I think is a little bit better, and I'm much happier with this version of the figure. Like I said, I don't think they'll ever release an unhelmeted Quorra figure unless it's through a different company where they acquire the rights to Olivia Wilde's likeness. But in the meantime, I think this will do quite nicely for me. But this is, I guess, my casual peek into the Tron Legacy Quorra 4-inch scale action figure. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.